How's it going, everybody? I'm Lewis, and the Deadman Invitational 2 is now open. So the second Deadman Mode Invitational has begun. If you've qualified and been invited in to this invitational, you can log into World 317 to start building your account. This invitational is going to last until 6:30 in the evening British time on Saturday the 25th of June. So make sure you train up your account so you can withstand that final hour and win the $10,000. If you think you've qualified to join the invitational, then here's a quick way of checking. Check if you're in the top 2,000 players, and then look in your player inbox to see if you've got an invitation describing all the information for it. Unfortunately, I've heard about a few players who have been in the top 2,000 but have been rejected because they've had issues with other accounts such as real-world trading accounts and bots. But hopefully you're not doing any of that and you'll be able to get in fine if you're in that top 2,000 players. If you're not in the invitational, but you want to watch it, then there are plenty of live streamers streaming that content right now, and additionally, the Old School RuneScape team will be streaming their own final hour coverage on Saturday the 25th of June. That's going to start at 6 PM, the final hour is going to start at 6:30 PM, and obviously it will finish at 7:30. When it finishes, they're going to declare a winner, and the second Deadman Mode season will begin. So good luck to everyone participating in the invitational, and let's check out some more information about the second Deadman season. Immediately after the Deadman Mode Invitational finishes, the second season is going to start. And the second season is going to have 4 key changes. Number 1, Grand Exchange. Something people have been talking about for Deadman Mode for a very long time, and they're deciding to test it out in the second season. They're hoping this will mean that people will concentrate more on building up their accounts and killing other players, rather than just standing and looking for people to trade with. And depending on whether or not it's a success in the second season, they're going to introduce it into the main Deadman Mode. The next change is the changes to unnoting items. Back when Deadman Mode came out, people used to come up with really ingenious ways of playing to make sure they wouldn't get completely ganked in Deadman Mode. Hold on, did I just really use the word ganked in a sentence? I apologise. Anyway, they'd be creative, they'd use their game knowledge and their skill to avoid dying and avoid teams of players. But then people remembered that you can unnote items at a bank booth. So what they started to do was just carry stacks of noted food, noted potions, and if they were near a bank, they could tank incredible amounts of damage for incredible amounts of time. So many people do this, and when people are fighting you, they just give up and leave. Obviously it's nice being able to survive an attack, however this isn't the sort of thing that a game mode such as Deadman Mode should have. So for the second season they're removing the ability to unnote items using items on a bank booth or chest. Meaning that being able to tank so much damage and so much time is not going to be feasible at all in the second Deadman season. Which I think is perfectly acceptable because that update actually came in really for Iron Man. The next change is the changes to PJing. For the second Deadman Mode season, they're going to implement the PJing timer you see in PvP worlds. This will hopefully make it a lot easier for solo players to play the game. It will reduce the impact that teams have in single combat areas. However, they'll still be in their stride in multi-combat areas. Alongside this, they'll also be improving the content they have to prevent boxing. And it appears that they're going to be testing their boxing prevention system in the second Deadman Mode season to see what they can actually do and then release it into the main game. The final change to the second Deadman Mode season, and this is something that they've mentioned a lot less compared to the other 3, is the change to the experience curve. In Deadman Mode, many players reach high levels very quickly and can just dominate a lot of low level players. To help balance this out, they're going to change the experience curve needed to level up in the second Deadman Mode season. At low levels, it will still be very quick to level up, but the higher your stats, the less experience multiplier you get. This will hopefully even out a lot of people's levels, and will reduce a lot of domination seen in the first season and probably even the main Deadman Mode game mode. So if you're planning on participating in the second season, hopefully it'll be a lot nicer with all these changes. I'm sure they might have 1 or 2 other changes at the start, and the future seasons they're definitely going to have plenty of different changes. Finally, in other news, we've got 2 small updates to the main game. The Monster Examine spell will now display whether or not a monster is classified as a demon. This should be quite useful if you're using Silverlight, Darklight or the Arclight. And some changes have been made to the Blast Furnace to help prevent griefing, which has been a long time coming. Hopefully, using the blast furnace will be a lot nicer and people won't be able to crash you quite the same as they did before. If you want to discuss the Deadman Mode Invitational or the second Deadman Mode Seasonal, please go on the forums or do so in my comments below. I honestly wish good luck to anyone participating in either of those. Personally, I'm not brave enough to do those sorts of things, and I really admire people able to do that. If you want to watch my video on the latest old school developer blog, please click here for PvP and POH runes. And if you want to watch my video on the latest old school RuneScape update, please click here for Skititso, the archaic demon. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and share, and if you want to keep up to date with the old school RuneScape updates, stats, box and polls, please subscribe. I've been Lewis, thanks for watching, goodbye.